Hey everybody, just a quick daytime makeup application, good for coronavirus mask wearing. Hope you like it. Okay, so to get started, I like to do a quick makeup application, especially now, COVID days. I'm basically putting makeup on from here to here. Sometimes if you see me, I'm like looking extra special, but this should just be something quick in the morning that you do. If you're looking to do two things beyond that, that's usually what I do. I'll add eyeshadow. I always have mascara on. I use Tarte products predominantly for foundation, eyeshadows, and mascara. This is Tarte. If you've ever seen it, I get it at Ulta because it's right next door, and that's dangerous. This is like my favorite mascara right now. It's called Maneater. They're getting so clever. They have Shape Tape concealer, which I like, and I get this little guy. I don't need the big thing. I hardly ever use it. And I love their foundation Amazonian clay sticks because you can just put them on like war paint real quick. Just let it melt to your skin and apply. So I'm like getting it done as fast as possible. So that's that. I always start off with my eyes because I don't like when there's fallout and stuff under here and I can see it. And this, I'm not really doing anything too craziness. Gentle, pat. Your esthetician told you to do it gently, applying your eyeshadow primer. And eyeshadow primer just drinks up excess oils on your skin and primes for eyeshadow. See, it even looks a little bit better and more even toned. Okay, I use this palette mostly, Tartelette. I love this one. It has lots of good like berry colors and browns and stuff for every day. I use a good neutral color on my lid, like a tan. And this is if I'm like every day. I use these big fat brushes if I'm just going all over my lid like that. Windshield wiper. Super easy. And I basically go with whatever makes my eyes look bluer, you know what I'm saying? Gotta stick with what works for you. And that's why I like those berry colors. Just because they make your eyes look bluer. The opposite of red, the opposite of blue is red. I'm not gonna put red on my eye. I might have red in my eyes, but I don't want it on my eyeshadow. So I use these two for crease. So when you want to find your crease, you take your brush, your eyes open, and you place it right here. And here is your crease. Aim small, miss small. If you aren't comfortable with a large brush, you can use one of these size guys. Just for now, I'm gonna use like a medium shade kind of shadow like that. And just a little bit. When you swipe with color, you are lessening the pigment, but if you press it in, you're gonna get a little bit bolder of whatever shade you're using. Okay. Back and forth. This doesn't have to be like perfection either. I use this brush and I blend it back and forth, and then it usually gets to where I want it to go for the most part. All right, okay. And then I do on the other side. And just like any artist would, take a step back, take a look at what you did. Do you look like a crazy person? Fix it. And then blend. Most people know my very good friend Bonnie rents the space with me, and she does my eyebrows. So I like a lot of lift. As I said in the other video, the Leaf Facial, I get Botox. So it gives you a little bit of height here. Some people get really, I don't need to go that crazy. I just want some lift for your 40s. Because of that and doing this, I just use a pretty light shade. I don't like bright white. This is more of like a bone color. Should probably the inside of that mirror, but that's from traveling in the car, and I basically stopped at a light and everything went flying. Trying to get here. And I use this to, you know, clean up anything. You don't want any hard lines in your eyeshadow. You want nice soft shadows, right? And this is BAM. This is your right day. I'm not going to use concealer today because, well, I don't want to, and it's the middle of the day and I don't really feel like I need it. I used a really good lifting eye cream from Neal's Yard, Frankincense Intense, and it really does work great to tighten here, right? So like I was saying before, Tarte Amazonian Clay Stick, and I go like this. I do a little here. If you don't need makeup on the forehead, don't do it. If we're coronavirus days, look at this. If it's coronavirus days and don't put makeup on the rest of your face. It's just gonna get all over your mask and look gross. I don't really put it out here right now because why? I use my Tarte brush. I like these ones. I've had this one for a bit. I clean them. I can do it. I'm like basically steering it from back here, and I go a nice, you know, back and forth. Helps to lessen the redness that I have. I've always been pink. If anybody's seen me work out, you might need to call an ambulance for me because I get so red. I look purple, and I've had people ask me if I was okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? Oh, I'm purple, yes. So I just go up, and basically I only do that so that it looks even. Because we're wearing a mask, I don't have bangs, and I get a little like, okay, you know, you can see that one. It calls attention to it with the mask. But again, if you don't feel like you need it, then don't do it. I might go with the excess here a little bit, and I always go here. You see people with that line, you want to make sure you just blend. Just like that. Tip of my nose. I think I went a little too hard. Hard in the pink. If I need a little more, this is what they call stippling, right? And you press your color on. Again, I'm not going to use concealer. That's breakout. I'm having a hard time with getting rid of it. I used a brush just now, but you can also use these. Are great makeup sponges. I love these. I get them at Five Below. I think, no, this one I didn't get at Five Below. This one I got at Ulta. But you can get them at Five Below because you shouldn't have it for too long. You can also double this. So you see, I'm pressing just to move that around, okay? And then I blend, make sure I get here, right? Make sure you go to the ears, get this here, right? Already, look at this, tons better. And then I love, for powders, I like translucides, and now I'm using, if anybody's seen this Airspun, you get this on Amazon for like $7 or drugstore. I mean, I like it for setting. If anybody else is addicted to Bailey Sarian, who does those Monday horror makeup videos, she's pretty cool. She does like I do. I use my sponge, I get my AirPress, and I bake a little bit. I don't go crazy. But here's like your highlighter. right in the old eyeball. Press. If I have too much, so what? I'm going to bake with it, and then, you know, it's going to be gone. I'm going to brush it off. So I do this. I give it a little blot blot here. Corners of the nose. My nose is red now because I got in my eye. Okay. Done. Now, while this is here, sometimes this is like if I'm feeling extra for that day, I get a dark shadow. I'm gonna use like a dark brown. And right where I don't put it in the waterline because I don't like how that looks. It makes my eye look smaller on me, and I don't want that. But I do like to have it where it's just like muddying up here. And this brush is super easy to find. CVS has great brushes I've had forever. This is a Morphe brush I got at a trade show a long time ago. And I use it. See? Look how blue that eye looks. Great. And then if any falls, who cares? I'm about to brush it all off. Yeah. Done. So much better. While that's still working, baking, I use powder, bronzer, which I left over here. And I forgot the good one that I use at home from Tarte. It's a Vacation in a palette. I love that one. It's got a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. But I was running out of the house and I totally forgot it. So I got from Five Below because it's right here. I thought, why not? Let's give it a try. I have used Wet n Wild. If anybody knows Wet n Wild, they're awesome. They are a makeup artist brand. Some of their foundations, if you read beauty blogs like I do, they get pretty high marks. So ELF is another good one. And Eyes, Lips, Face, aka ELF. But for today and just being like quick, why not? I spend money on mascara and brow stuff, filler, pencil, pomades, all that kind of stuff because I'm a full brow kind of girl. This is taking me forever, so I apologize. This wants to really still be a part of the compact. Brows, I use ELF and NYX. I love NYX brow pencils. Those you can get at Ulta and Sephora. This is the one I have, one of my two. It's got a nice mechanical pencil. It is flat at the top, and on the back side, it has a dry mascara one. So whenever I do my brows, I'll even like clean them up this way and arrange them. Or even just get the face powder off because I put some on. So that already looks much easier. So this is going to be an experiment probably. We'll see. Let's see what we're talking about. Oh, she's glossy. Yeah, she's a highlighter. And this one's like a bit of bronzy. So, although that one's not picking up as much as the first, but we'll see. And then the bronzer. So you don't want to look like a doll, right? Those are just like pale face. And you don't also want to look like Snooki, unless you're from Jersey. Some of us are still doing it. I use my face brush, my powder brush. I don't even go nutso. I don't even go crazy. Whatever I would use for my blush, and I dip it in my palette. Let's see how much we're talking about here. And I go into the cheekbone just to warm it up. this pigment is, you know, looks fine. LA looks not so bad. I also warm up here, the top of my forehead, where it meets my hairline. Maybe a little bit here, right? Just to soften the temple. And you don't want too much. If this were not coronavirus days and I wasn't wearing a mask, I would go here on either side of my nose, and always this guy. Whatever we can do to look less, okay? Yeah, I use a clean, dry brush. I go back under here, zip, zip, get that excess off and away. And then I put on my mascara. I always take it out of the wand and then kind of pop it over here because there's always excess. And if you're like me and you're rushing, or you've had a toddler smash into you in the mirror, and then you get it in your eye. And it burns. Then you blink and it gets everywhere. And I don't use a whole lot. I usually give myself lash lifts. Bonnie gave me one not that long ago. I'm about due. I love lash lifts because they frame your eye with just your regular eyelashes. And people always ask me if I have lash extensions, and I don't. I get, or I'll do my own lash lift and spend $30 on some good mascara, and I've saved hundreds of bucks from doing it that way. It's always like the finishing touch. I don't really go out as much as I'm like blotting it on. And then I use the tip of this, and you can kind of point them a little bit and move them. If you have blonde hair and you want to have more emphasis with the matte one, you can brush down the top side and then up, and that helps to color your lash and be a little bit deeper without using as much. For those of you who know who Tammy Faye Baker is, I think somebody could have told her that little trick, okay? And then if I'm feeling like some are a little too much, I'll blot it. Mascara has nylon polymers in it, so they stretch. And then that's it. I could use my dry brush and then just go this way. It has a little bit of brow color in it. See, right to left. And then I just smooth it. And done. If I'm feeling like I want to do a little bit more, we're gonna try that highlighter palette. Give it a light swish. Pat off the excess. See what it's looking like on the back of your hand. And I always go here, here, right here, here. And that just makes you look like awake and lit from within. Because after 9 months of online schooling, who could not look more awake? And that's pretty much it. I don't usually wear a headband when I do my makeup, but I had just done a facial today, so there we go. Not too bad. And I might put on some lip gloss or something, but I'm about to put my mask on, so yeah, that's it. Hope you like it. If anybody ever wants, we can do in-person makeup tutorials. I do those. You just bring in your makeup, what you have, and we piece stuff together, things that you can get at Ulta, drugstore. I am a multi-purpose, economical, old makeup artist. So I don't even, who can keep up with everything out there, but those are my faves. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions or you want to do some yourself. Thanks.